What is up, guys? It is ChaseShaco here. I am going to be recording a quick kind of how-do slash guide for playing AD SHACO in Season 14. I know it's been a little confusing for everyone. It took me a second myself to figure out the build I wanted to run. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to share that with everybody and explain why, the reasoning for everything. A lot of excitement was around Tiamat. The new Tiamat is back in Season 14. I've pretty much been building that first every single game. Now, originally, I wasn't going into Profane Hydra like it was recommended, but I do recommend doing that now because they've just overbuffed the hell out of it. I think it's really, really strong. I think it's like the best lethality item in the game. I think it's great for wave clear. I think it's great. The stats are awesome. Everything about this item is very good. It's very strong, and I think you should abuse it while it is available. After that, I go Zerks, and then your core is going to be Profane Hydra into Berserker's Greaves. That is boots or preference here, by the way. You can go Swifties if you want. You can go Ionian boots as well if you want, if you feel like you're lacking certain stats. I prefer Zerkers usually, but there's not a wrong answer there. After that, you're going to build in the Bork. And I know what you're thinking, Chase, like, I want to be able to burst squishies. I don't care about being able to kill tanks. The thing about Bork that makes no sense is that you deal more damage building Blade of the Ruined King to every target in the game at all stages of the game, regardless of if they are tanky or squishy, than any other item. It's what we found. We did a lot of testing on this, and Bork just does more damage, and it allows you to kill tanks, it allows you to kill squishies, it allows you to kill anyone on the map, which is just infinitely more valuable. I highly recommend going Blade of the Ruined King's second item. And then this is where it took a while to figure this out. At first, I was trying Eclipse third. I was trying lethality items third. A lot of different stuff. It recommends you all these different things. I was trying LDR third. The answer that we ended up getting to was Serelda's Grudge. And the reason why Serelda's Grudge is the third item that you want is because of the passive that it has, Rancor, right there. That gives you 24% armor penetration. You see that? It has a passive on Serelda's that gives you armor pen that scales off of your lethality. So it is scaling off the Hydra lethality that you got, the Profane Hydra's 18 lethality stat, as well as it is scaling off of its own lethality stat, and that's why instead of going anything else, we're going to go Serelda's Grudge here into a final lethality item. I like Opportunity at the end, or something like that. I meant to add that to this set. Lethality item at the end is Opportunity, Yomu's, something of that nature. It gives you as much damage as possible. Edge of Night is good. This Voltaic Cyclosword is bait. Voltaic Cyclosword is absolutely bait. You deal more damage with Bork. You deal more damage with every other item in the game. Don't buy this item. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it at all. You want to get to your core of Profane Hydra with Serelda's Grudge and Blade of the Ruined King as fast as possible. Don't build the Cyclosword. It's bait. Okay? That's the most important thing in terms of damage to anybody. This is, yeah. I've played SHACO for years. I've always built based on feel and based on what I think gives you the best power spikes to be as rounded out as possible at all times. And this is the build that I think does that. Last here, I would probably get, it's going to be situational, probably Serpent's Fang or Yomu's or Edge of Night, something of that nature. Maybe even a GA here. But the last item is going to be situational. But yeah, basically this item just keeps you as rounded out as possible, and you have as much kill pressure at all stages of the game without having like a clunky build path or feel like you're weak at any given particular time. Especially in a season where it's way more farm centric, you want to have an early Tiamat, you want to get Hydra to help you clear the Void Grubs. Let's see. You want to yeah, it's like you just need to be able to farm it, and this allows you to do that as efficiently as possible with giving up as few stats as possible, where you can kill and skirmish and fight tanks, bruisers, squishies, whatever you need to fight at any given stage of the game. This allows you to clear faster. It allows you to put maybe one less point into your boxes, which is very important. Because as you know, a lot of us, I usually put 3 points into boxes just to be able to clear efficiently on AD. This one, I still think it's worth putting 2, but it's not an absolute necessity anymore. Honestly, I've still been doing 3, but it's just because it allows you to clear so quickly now. The other thing that's nice about Profane Hydra is that the execute, it's an execute that applies at 50% and 30%. So you can auto a target down to 50 and then use your Profane Hydra, and they'll bring them from 50 to below 30, where you can use your E execute, which is below 30. So it synergizes well with SHACO's kit. And yeah, this build just does as much damage as possible. I know it feels like a waste of Serelda because you don't really apply the ability slow, or you don't really need it, but I promise you guys that I've tested this a lot, me and my chat have tested this a lot, and this is just the absolute best way to do as much damage as possible to any given target on the enemy team based on stats alone. The lethality scaling on it is really unbalanced. I forgot to talk about runes as well. For runes, I run Hail of Blades on 80 SHACO every single game, no matter what. Take Hail of Blades, it doesn't matter. Cheap Shot or Sudden Impact, both good. I've debated between the two for years, come to the conclusion there's no difference. They're both good. They're both pretty much the same every time. Eyeball's fine. Relentless Hunter or Ingenious Hunter are the two that I've kind of concluded are the best options there. There's not really a better. Take whatever you prefer of the two. Ingenious Hunter works well with Profane Hydra as well as Bork, so if you want to do that, that's fine too. But yeah, outside of that, secondary runes are preference-based. I would recommend, I like Alacrity with Cutdown. Cutdown's good, especially with this build, because you're not building any health, so you pretty much have less HP than pretty much, 4 out of 5 targets every single game, because SHACO just has low health stat. So I recommend Alacrity with Cutdown. Alacrity with Coup is also good. Or Absolute Focus with Water Walking or Gathering Storm are also good. So secondary runes are more preference-based. Like, don't overthink that too much. Take what you think feels good. There's no wrong answer there. But yeah, this is a very farm-centric season. Freak made a point that he didn't want us ganking, like junglers ganking as much. So I think this build does... It clears efficiently to where you can still skirmish, but it's also, you're not going to be super out of the game, and you scale very well with this build too. Another reason why Gathering Storm is also a very good rune for this season. But yeah, that was the main thing. It was, I just kind of wanted to walk you guys through what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing. I will probably come up with an AP SHACO setup for jungle, but right now, honestly, it doesn't really feel like it's worth playing. I've tested a lot of stuff. The items that could be good on it are just kind of like either bugged or, I don't know. AP SHACO's setups just don't really feel very good right now for jungle, so I've kind of just avoided it and I've focused on AD. I think AD items are really strong right now, especially Profane Hydra, so I've just been trying to abuse that as much as I can. But yeah, I know I don't usually do videos like this, so I'm trying to be a little bit more informative and kind of share with the class in terms of what me and my stream have come up with for builds. I know Jokebox was doing something similar as well for his build, so I do believe that this is absolutely the best. In terms of like optimal, I think this is pretty damn close to being the best setup you're going to get. So yeah, that should be about it for the video. Good luck in solo queue, guys. Good luck this season. Sorry, that's a bug on my account. Don't mind that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace, bros.